Welcome to a battlefield of minds. Two Grandmasters face off where every move cuts like a sword. One mistake, and it's over. This isn't just chess, it's war disguised as strategy. Let's dive in, move by move, into this epic clash. Wesley So begins the battle with one. NF3, a calm yet flexible knight move, like a scout stepping onto the field, testing the enemy lines before the storm truly begins. Rolando Nolte, replace 1. Penimjodio Newissan Hopselen. Die Nani, and den Anleserdani, Edona eine den, and die Penenodia. D5, solid and classical, planting his flag in the center, showing he's not afraid of a direct confrontation. Wesley pushes 2 Horinten, Canino Wunda Kain, Pubation, Ken Name K. C4. The tension rises. He strikes the center, trying to undermine Black's foundation and open the lines for future chaos. Nolte calmly plays 2. Estia. And Chinks, a patient Slav setup, quietly fortifying his camp, waiting for the perfect moment to counterattack. Wesley advances 3 dit Itun, Penboden Jiwa Tui. 4. Full control of the center. His pawns now march like soldiers locking down territory. Penbin Liwish Fiwen, et Semod Mainida Neugor. Nolte answers with 3 polling. Cheste main at beste. Median. Estiogo benemen. Estene penetronti. Anden. Andano win. Degeris. And chaulish. NF6. The knight leaps out, sniffing danger and opportunity alike, eyeing the central squares with ambition. Wesley develops 4 turns to meisten, kiezen no rond het filmen, and its is oberupsjoos. NC3. The harmony builds. White's army gathers in perfect formation, ready for whatever Nolte throws next. Nolte responds 4. Penvi and Benosin. En man. En Wierman. En Yisteste. En Z. E6. He solidifies the wall, preparing for a long strategic duel, where timing will be everything. Wesley unleashes 5 Tortin. B5. The bishop pins the knight, like a sniper freezing its prey, forcing tension in Black's position. Nolte reacts with 5 Testen. Penorden en ordenes sestiga depende. Nidizisticai. Entmeda one and then. Shandy she. And she stare. And you will run me boys. A6. He waves his hand, demanding the bishop reveal its intentions, a small poke but with big consequences. Wesley retreats 6, Pestigenden. Kemon, Hinmaint Kiss 6. Bay4. The bishop steps back, still keeping that lethal pin alive, like a shadow lurking just behind enemy lines. Nolle plays 6 pinde, mundet mori, og ruklin, as 6 sig. Mundenen, mundima bornes. End. Isius. DXC4. Bowl. He snatches a pawn, opening the center and saying, "Come get it if you dare." Nein, and jonget, nilbent folks, and that sure knows. Wesley answers, 7 pairs stilbian, 4 June, in Kaimois. E4. An explosive push. The center ignites as white prepares to reclaim the pawn with fire and fury. Nolte. Counters, 7 Ponte. And Wona Mainten, and Morin Chantian, a da. Nation. Unknown Clarias Sedano Icon, and Pendi. D5. What a wild thrust. The king side erupts. He drives away the bishop, aiming for chaos. Wesley slides to 8 Deut. Bg3. Calm under pressure. He retreats his bishop, but it still watches the dark squares like a hunter waiting to strike. Nolte storms forward with 8 Deut. Annen. A. B5. The board explodes on both wings. He's expanding like a madman, showing no fear of danger. Wesley coolly plays 9 Torchi. B2. He prepares to castle, bringing order amid Nolte's reckless aggression, the calm before another storm. Nolte continues 9. All when in design. Neobenian Kandi, Inebesin, Enijo. BB7. Development at last. His bishop eyes the long diagonal, a dragon waiting to breathe fire. Wesley castles, with 10 Tor. Oh, safety achieved. His king steps aside while the rooks prepare for battle. The white camp looks ready for war. Nolte develops 10. Pundus Sengenosius. Men Nigerin, Hestjerben Shubu and Siwish. Einend. NBD7. He connects his knights like twin sentinels, each watching over the other, the battlefield now balanced but tense. Wesley strikes, with 11, Tomos Evidentians, Indexual Waste, on this tree down. Nafiv. The knight charges into enemy territory, like a fearless warrior piercing the front line, demanding a reaction. Nolte answers, 11, Hindertonen. Messinen. Unlaut vorligei, Meisteremkenen. Nester. More no furious, Indius Ornden, whence die changeways. A5. He doubles down on the kingside chaos, pushing his pawn like a berserker, showing he wants blood, not balance. Wesley trades, with 12 Topshits. NSD7. A precise exchange, removing a key defender and opening cracks in Black's camp for later exploitation. Nolte recaptures 12. Pustin. Nee. Estil. Insish. Uns. QSD7. The queen slides in elegantly, regaining control and keeping the position sharp with her royal authority. Wesley moves 13 point. Kin. Befive. What a thematic strike. The bishop lands in the center, staring deep into Black's soul, threatening pressure everywhere. Nolte responds 13. Nanya Nanjana. Astin KB, Astaugbor, Astais. Onne. Rar 6. A creative defense. The rook lifts into action like a frontline commander ready to guard his king. Wesley calmly plays 14-30. Kokone. The queen quietly repositions, eyeing the king's side, and preparing a deadly battery with the bishop. Nolte counters 14-10. Anchitando. Anden. Angvi 4. A dramatic leap. The knight dives forward, threatening destruction as the tension thickens. Wesley reacts with 15. Bxcat 4. The bishop takes him out cleanly, sacrificing presence for clarity, removing that dangerous horse from the field. Nolte recaptures 15. Pelijan. Inent. Penkendiesel. Polo den Messiwin. On. Hayek 4. The H-file opens like a wound, the black pawns now rumbling forward with vengeance in their hearts. Wesley plays 16 Dern, Penwall Simon. Kuiski 5. Boom. The queen cuts down the G5 pawn, slicing through Black's attack and flipping defense into counterplay. Nolte answers 16. Polio winnen. Pen Mekshiezo. Inna 16. Enanin. Kante. Albo Indune. Munissinen. Enad Mokuleisin. Et Chodwistaden. RG6. The rook rockets up the file, eyes blazing toward the white king. The counterattack continues relentlessly. Wesley steadies, with 17, Honriorn. Kivor, retreating but purposeful, the queen anchors herself, ready to pivot from defense to deadly precision. Nolte develops 17, Potmestikin. Binnen. In der Nuenen Siwai, Hitanine mischten et telen. Bezeven. A calm before the next storm, he braces his center, dreaming of harmony after so much fire. Wesley activates 18. F. Donde. The rook joins the party, centralizing with authority, the white army tightening its formation. Nolte challenges 18 puntos. Estionie. No winten. An essay. Had you or no, here. F6. He kicks at the bishop's base, trying to shake white's balance and regain momentum. Wesley slides 19, Porchi. Bite. A surprising retreat, dodging the blow, while keeping an eye on the dangerous long diagonal. Note shifts 19. Portiet. And then no, an even. Q-Day-ite. The queen pulls back, sensing the need to regroup, to coordinate the next line of defense. Wesley pivots with 20. B-Season. Smooth as silk, the bishop returns, now menacing the queen and the dark squares around her. Note to Countess 20. Pissani woolen, in a soruwe, astomonosis. Onas. Ender. Hob 7. A repetition for survival. The queen again dodges danger, hoping to stabilize under immense pressure. Wesley shifts to 21 Pere. P-O-Ween. A thief. A thunderous move. The bishop cuts deep into black structure, slicing across the board like a sword aimed at the heart. Note responds 21. Pen. Nestol. Panda. Awalien. In the Shianisabizon. In the fashion. Cat 7. The king flees the danger zone, sliding away from the crossfire before the explosion ignites. Wesley pushes 22. F5. The center erupts again. His pawn surges forward like a battering ram, tearing through black's defenses. Note answers 22. Pescendiunorion Tonbike. Indinani. Indinni. Right. The rook hurries back to assist the king, guarding the last fortress before the walls collapse. Wesley follows with 23. Nay 4. The knight charges in, a gleaming blade of tactics ready to slice through the dark squares. Note plays 23 Pashtun. Ninowa. Ayan. Inweinziehen. I5. Defiant. He fights back, pushing the pawn to block the knight's fire and keep the chaos under control. Wesley maneuvers 24. Patin wurscht, and neyen monese, gedurket sie danish panikestent. NC5. What a masterpiece. The knight reroutes to a perfect post, threatening forks, invasions, and pure madness. Nolte replies 24. Niawenis. Undie. Q8. Retreating under pressure, the queen seeks safety but looks trapped in her own fortress. Wesley develops 25 thirsty. BD2. Calm precision, he consolidates before the final storm, every piece harmonizing for the kill. Nolte plays 25 Durchsung. No, meine Siwen, en Waseye Sterne Pepe. Ents. R5. The rook lunges forward, ready to counterattack down the h-file. It's do or die time for black. Wesley expands with 26. B3. The queenside awakens. He prepares to crack open lines while his central army dominates. Nolte fires back 26. Anini. Mon. In. Key 3. A pawn thrust from the depths, creating chaos and distracting white from his kingside ambitions. Wesley coolly plays 27. Pettit. Bxc3. Capture and control. The bishop eliminates the danger, restoring calm before the storm resumes. Nolte charges 27. Popt inuus. Istanaisea. In Anmezesinu. Anbedilra Rukshain Pedichan. Handeschene. Askanda. Andigitanfori. Argai 6. Double rooks on the h-file. It's a desperate last stand, but dangerous if white missteps. Wesley returns 28. Text. B. Flexible and safe, he retreats to reposition, anticipating the incoming storm with nerves of steel. Nolte swings 28. Pestezobrogek. Hunter swings 28. Ninesi. Entian. Nodemodesi waschian. Enenestage. Big a5. The bishop joins the offensive, pointing straight at the white king. It's now or never for Nolte. Wesley explodes with 29. Kuiski 5-5. Devastating. The queen tears apart black's bishop, shattering his kingside dream once and for all. Nolte recaptures 29. Ende. 8. IXC 5. The rook avenges its fallen comrade, trying to keep hope alive amid the ruins. Wesley replies 32 is BXK5. Surgical and cold-blooded, he trades off attackers one by one, extinguishing every flame of counterplay. Nolte continues 30. Oh. Entian. RG6. The rook lifts again, clinging to the last thread of defense, but Wesley's army is closing in fast. Wesley plays 31. Patchewesend, Antonation, Petserobnestuna. B4. Elegant and deadly, the bishop takes a commanding post, locking down the board like a general surveying the fallen field. Nolte resumes 31. Pester. Hence. In Linda. Arjate, regrouping for survival, he fortifies the last ranks, desperate to hold off the coming avalanche. Wesley advances 32. A4. The A-pawn storms forward, opening a second front. It's now a two-lane highway of destruction. Nolte answers 32. Eint. I want to continue to. B4. The pawns collide. The queen side becomes a wall of tension, as each side strains for breakthrough. Wesley coordinates, with 33. Raccoon. The rook lines up, eyeing the c-file like a sniper sighting his next victim. Norta counters 33. Pindastonomen, WesleySo and PKN. In Belme, in Moxium Washington, Ida Seplian, WesleySo. Antony. 8. A cautious but solid move, linking his pieces, and clinging to a thread of organization. Wesley presses 34. Petal resistance. A3. Smooth precision, bringing every piece into harmony, tightening the noose around Nolte's position. Nolte steps 34. Pertes. Antelen noborn, Westie. Nenda underden, just a betty was his son. On Benistoniantenensch, Abdullah. Afif? He strikes back on the wing, grabbing space and hinting at counterplay, though danger looms everywhere. Wesley repositions, 35-30. ND3. The knight returns home, ready to jump into the fight again, full of tactical venom. Nolte develops, 35, Pestandikern. Pinistel. Und. Bait. Retreating his bishop to safety. A quiet moment before the next storm hits. Wesley plays, 36. IC5. Doubling pressure, the rook now eyes weak pawns like a predator circling prey. Nolte responds 36. Unbetien. Indi. K6. The queen guards the flank, staying alert against infiltration and ambush. Wesley strikes 37. Penderowisin. AD2. Reinforcing his position, he calls his second rook to arms, preparing the decisive invasion. Nolte continues 37. Pestemen venesuanet kesno, hilmamachten. Entumanikokun. Ednovis, Alriawazestuan, and Hedjesne. Und. Ere d5, he pushes the rook forward, creating counter-tension. The battlefield grows tighter and tighter. Wesley accepts 38. Arix d5. Boom! He trades, clearing the way for his more active forces to dominate. Nolte recaptures, 38, Piltwain. Anden. Adivise, a Samorban essays. CX5. Pawns explode open. The structure collapses, lines of fire suddenly exposed everywhere. Wesley maneuvers, 39. Ardonnais, cool and professional, he anchors the rook, keeping control of the center as new threats arise. Nolte shifts, 39. End. Ein. Injari. Ixina. No manipanden. Optiens. Optanitanen. Und fora der wo. BG6. The bishop moves again, trying to breathe life into a position on the brink of collapse. Wesley plays 40. A4. A confident kingside expansion, preparing to finish the job and march toward victory. Note, replies 40 Tengen. And, an Yenorobonit, in just 7. Antimal. And India. Yes. GXH3. He captures the pawn, but at the cost of opening deadly lines toward his own king. Wesley pushes 41. Techen is Senen, here. GXH3. Calm and ruthless, he recaptures without hesitation, keeping the structure solid and the initiative alive. Note, continues, 41, Pedesti. Nenovien. In Bowatanyanen, just say. And Sinbo. Kite. The queen eyes the board from afar, trying to create counter-threats as the noose tightens. Wesley plays 42. Archon. A powerful shift. His rook takes the open file, like a cannon ready to fire at will. Nolte returns 42. Penning word penalty. Aniston. Onte. Kha'Zix. The queen shuffles again, defending and dodging, but every move feels like running out of air. Wesley calmly, 43. Ardone. He repositions, switching files with surgical precision, squeezing Black's army into total paralysis. Nolte Eichuris, 43. Toste Desche, Unien, Henoptiene Mundisch Equus von Nimai. Einen. K8. A desperate dance of repetition. His queen can move, but his soul can't escape the pressure. Wesley breaks it, with 44. Cut to U. Stepping the king out, he says, no more repeats. The time for the final hunt has arrived. Nolte fires back 44. Here. Amundin. Panen. In comes solisi per. And sanitay. N. Q8. The queen returns to the defense, covering weaknesses but staring at a wall of white dominance. Wesley answers, 45. Our cone, doubling down again, the rook returns with vengeance, threatening to cut the board in half. Nolte snaps, 45, Dichtapulundelisen, Tibetan Tamude Tauristendanian, Pen 4. No one, Omi 7. I know, este sexur moj. On the other tene. He seizes a pawn, a last act of defiance, trying to distract from his crumbling fortress. Wesley hits 46, Pedesneonen, Penningstenawayan. IZ 17, lightning strike. The rook crashes into the 7th rank, launching a devastating attack on the exposed king. Notice Grandmaster 46, pen and a scene and an guide. The king runs for his life, but there's nowhere safe to hide from Wesley's storm. Wesley advances 47, Pench. Pixa 4, clean and powerful, he reclaims the pawn, while keeping every piece alive and lethal. No the Countess 47, Penstolen. Antindiansi. Inditienin, Indelawi Shiwa, Indestenins, Tenteroros Stendinan, Indox. And now, QR4. The queen grabs material, but the air around her is thick with danger. Wesley Cooley, 48. NC5. The knight jumps like thunder, blocking the queen's path, and setting deadly traps. Note, steps 48. Nin, and so. Nanden, one metende, dice, and a double kinorai. QB5. A retreat under fire. The queen barely escapes the tightening cage. Wesley responds 49. Ends even. Another precise maneuver. The knight dominates the board, sealing every square around the black king. Nota answers 49. Peste. Endomen, Pazain Wo, Anmen So, Ao. Mando. Enindi Sato. KF7. The king inches forward, still breathing, still fighting, refusing to surrender. Wesley slashes with 50. NF6. The knight strikes with fury, a check that shakes the entire board like an explosion. Nota retreats, 50. Nennonen, Pentien, Invenestect, Insterpichetin, Keywordzonana, Endadins. Nisinana, Pendenatano, und Jeschunische, Pentperol, Itzinesse. KG6. The king stumbles backward into the darkness, the last pieces of defense crumbling away. Wesley calmly plays 51. KD3. The white king steps into the light, confident and fearless, joining the final assault like a commander walking through smoke and fire. Nolte replies 51. Annene. Oh. Isianzirsa. QFONA. The queen slides menacingly across the board, searching for checks and miracles that simply don't exist anymore. Wesley answers 52. Neate. Magnificent. The knight leaps like a ghost, blocking every line and preparing to deliver the finishing blow. Nolte gasps out 52. Nana. Enanias so Nimenaniu. Kogane. One desperate check, a final scream in the darkness before the inevitable silence. Wesley finishes with 53. Kayak 4. Cool as ice. He sidesteps the check, and Nolte resigns. Wesley So claims victory in a blaze of precision, power, and pure artistry. The video ends here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel to support me. Thank you again, everyone. See you in the next video.